What a comeback. Chelsea 3, West Ham 2. And listen, yeah, I'm not gonna brush past what happened in that first half, but I must tell you guys, I'm happy with the mentality. I'm happy with us, the intensity and everything we played with in the second half. And we should have started the first half like this. That's how we should have started the first half. That's what made me as annoyed as I was. I had to go for a walk in the first half. I had to go for a walk. I couldn't watch what I was watching. I couldn't believe what I was watching. The players, they were good enough for us to get the win. The players were good enough for us to get a win. Against West Ham, I think they have the worst defence in the league. So for us not to be able to get that win was like unbelievable. Like what we did, when we were 1-0 down, I wasn't really that fussed. Do you get me? I wasn't really that fussed. But after that, when they scored the second, he was like, okay, cool, this could be going downhill. At home, conceding as early as we did. Do you know what I'm saying? We conceded the second one, I think, on the 36th minute, bro. Like, we slow moving football now. But first and foremost, credit to the manager first and foremost. Liam Rosenior, credit to you for changing it up. Credit for you for that one. You know what I'm saying? The Gittins injury was unfortunate. I don't even know what it is yet. I don't know if it's hamstring. I don't know if it's knee. I don't know what it is. But hopefully he's all well. But why do we keep performing for 45 minutes on? I even forgot to give the rest of the credit. Credit to Cole Palmer. He wasn't really that good in the first half, but there was nothing really going forward. Caicedo was poor in the first half. Yeah, I'm saying great second half. Enzo Fernandez switched it up in the second half, moving the ball way quicker. If he could do this every game, we'd be in a much better position. Do you know what I'm saying? Credit for Cucurella. He came on. He locked up whoever it was on the left-hand side and then locked up Adama as well. And yeah, even Pedro Neto had a bit of energy. I don't necessarily think he did anything great, but he had a lot of energy there. And that's what we needed. We just needed to go direct, bro. It just needed to go. Everything had to go towards the West Ham goal. Like, that's the direction everything had to go on. And I think, like I said, I give him more credit. You get me? But let's get into it as well. That first half, man. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, it wasn't anything that I can come here and tell you guys like, great performance. I told the people I spoke to before, and I was speaking to Jimmy, Joey, and I said, yo, listen, I don't really care about the lineup. Go there. I know West Ham are in relatively good form for where they are in the league and stuff like that. But they're going to come here and at least try to get something, whether it's a draw, whatever it is, they're going to try to get. So let's not give them much opportunities. We may concede one here or there, but let's just be, let's just do our job. Let's not exert too much energy. We've got the Arsenal game coming up. Get the W, keep it moving. But nah, do you know what I'm saying? Nah. I don't necessarily blame the goalkeeper or the defense for that first goal. It's the things leading up to it. Right? And people say, oh, you're going to pick on him again. You're going to pick on him because everyone knows who I'm going to pick. Because that first half performance, yeah, from Garnacho, I was so happy he got subbed off. Because if he was on that pitch the second half, we'd probably lose again. Because the problem with him is not him losing, it's not him not being able to do anything going forward, even though there's acres of space. He was Wan-Bissaka's ex-teammate, I swear. So what, you can't play against him? Well, he saw him and he just trembled. Nothing going forward. Even Gary Neville was saying, why isn't he that, like, a good Garnacho usually takes his man on? No, he doesn't, bro. No, he doesn't. Like, he only runs into space. There was no space. So he saw Wan-Bissaka and said, oh, you know what? I might not run into it. And then he kept losing the ball. He couldn't even make 3, 4, 5-yard passes, bro. Simple ones. He takes a touch, he chases it, and then he just overhits the pass and he got Enzo slipping. He got this guy slipping. Even Enzo turned around at him and said, yo, what's going on, bro? Putting other people under pressure because he don't want to have the ball. I've said it from early and I wanted Gittins to start on the left-hand side and just, bro, play anyone on the right. But you know what? It is what it is. The manager picked the lineup, whatever. So he loses the ball, goes to get it again, then doesn't really press, doesn't follow whoever's making that run in the half space. Hato tries to block off Bowen, but doesn't really put too much pressure on him, which is also a thing. But he didn't do that. Ball gets put in the box, perfect ball, because if he overhit it, go out. If he underhits it, if he overhits it, the goalkeeper can catch it. If he underhits it, maybe someone he can still run out and get it as well. The striker put Sanchez off, and he just went in from Bowen's cross. You know what I'm saying? It gave me Ziyech vibes when he was at Ajax, bro. But it didn't have as much power. It wasn't top bins or anything like that. But that's one of them. The second one, like again, that left hand side. Because the guy loses the ball when we're in an advanced position or we're higher up, and then we just get countered. So as much as we can blame, oh, this Hato guy didn't do this and that, but if he didn't lose the ball there, or gave it away or whatever, or anything like that, or at least if he runs back and tracks his man, then we don't end up in that position. But when Bissaka gets in a good position, puts the ball across the box, and I don't know, bro, I've seen people already saying, oh, Caicedo was doing this and that. Brother, midfield, because remember, the same rival fans that blame managers for seeing their midfielders in certain positions. Oh, man, manager's playing a 3-1-6. Oh, my favorite DM is sitting on his own in midfield and we keep getting overrun. It, for some reason, that doesn't work for us. It only works for them. It's only allowed for them. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to hate any of that anyway, but we should have performed better in the first half. My issues has always been progressing the ball. Progress the ball. Take the risk between the lines. And brother, that second half we saw because we pinned them back. To be honest though, in the beginning in the second half, we did kind of give them opportunities straight away, which was already stupid to me. I'm like, bro, did you not listen to what the manager was asking you or what? Some people were saying, why did he take off the lap and all that, brother? The lap did his thing by just being there and annoying the defenders, yeah, which is his thing. Because even today he had a couple opportunities where he could have got the header. I don't know whether I could say he should have, one or two maybe should have at least, you know what I'm saying, challenged the goalkeeper, bro, and I hit it on target. The other ones, it was either he jumped too early or jumped too late, whatever it is. Either way, he didn't play great. But what he allowed João Pedro to do is just float around, bro. Because if João Pedro's up front, he'd be the guy that's going down to link up, but then also has to make sure he's up there as well. It allowed him to have that freedom, innit? And when he managed to get himself into the box, got a good header, cross from Fofana. Big up to Fofana as well, helped us kind of solidify that defense a little bit more. Him again, our best two centre-backs in this moment in time, him and Chalobah. Chalobah had a great performance as well, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? There's certain things you couldn't do anything about, but I think he was involved with a block, he was involved with other things, so that's fine by me. For me, it's Enzo Fernandez raising his levels that allowed us to also go. Bro, that second half, it was just pass after pass. We just kept moving it. It wasn't think about passing it back first. The intensity was there. The willingness to get the result was there. And I think it showed in the way we play. This whole sitting back and just bopping it about, like we're already 3-0 up, is what's been killing us, bro. Because if we start intensely in the beginning, score 3 goals, and then want to bop it about, no one cares. No one cares, bro. The problem is that we start to bop it about. Nothing happens. We end up conceding, and then we're doing the thing where we need to do this, we need to do that. That was João Pedro's goals, the first one. Literally, probably 30 minutes later, we backed the second. Cucurella, you know what I'm saying? Good cross into the box. I think maybe it could have been Neto. I don't even remember who it was, bro. The ball just went into the box. Good header by Gusto to kind of bring it back towards goal. He put it in a weird place. Yeah, it kind of went towards the goal. You know what I'm saying? Delap tried to head it. I don't know whether he got a head onto it or the defender, and it hit the crossbar. Came back off. Cucurella diving header. Managed to squeeze him into a couple of players, blood, and just, you know what I'm saying, headed it in. And then for the last goal, you get me? By then, obviously, he already took off Gusto. You know what I'm saying? He took Gusto off, brought Reece James on, and in my mind, he was like, all right, cool, that's good, because then he can also put crosses in. I don't think he managed to get any crosses in, but he just brought that experience in a bit. Like him just telling the players, do this, do that, do that. Like, it kind of helped us as well. And then going forward from that, you get me? We started to bop I think they had the one opportunity. Like I think that's when, between that time is when they had that one opportunity where they kind of started hitting us on the counter. They had the one opportunity, I think, that Chalobah blocked. They could have scored from that. But then we managed to kind of get back into it again. And I was like, bro, that's the time when we should be going forward, not us defending now. Momentum, we swung the momentum back again. The ball gets passed about a little bit, straight to Palmer. Palmer sees Caicedo in between the lines. Really good ball to pass it to him. He passes it to João Pedro. Nice through ball to João Pedro. João Pedro, I thought he was going to shoot. And he was like, nah, pass it across the box. And Enzo Fernandez, finally, he didn't decide to go top bins. He just decided to hit it on target. And it was scenes. And then after that, obviously, Adama Traore came on. And yeah, it was just, bro, one through. I think he ran through, kind of went over. Cucurella tried to head the ball away, couldn't get it. Then he just kind of grabbed him and just threw him off. And then it kind of, the West Ham players just had their head lost. Todibo then ran across us because João Pedro went and pushed Adama. And Todibo just ran straight to João Pedro, bro. You could tell he's French, bro. He just lost his head and just went straight to João Pedro and just grabbed him. You get me? And obviously that's how he got his neck, whatever. That's how he managed to get his red card. And look, I always kind of had the feeling we'd beat West Ham, but I don't know. You can't be doing it like this because you could say this is luck, bro. You know what I mean? Like you kind of, what allowed us to get to this as well is that we are facing the worst defense. So like essentially, you think, you know what? If they crumble, we could still get a result. I think the mentality thing, the comeback, I separate those two. Like I separate the performance in that second half, the comeback, the fight, the willingness, the skill set, everything the players done was amazing in that second half. But I don't want to throw all the things that we've seen in the first half under the rug and just say that didn't happen. At least we won. Like all that little coping stuff. I don't want to really be talking about that. I think it definitely needs to improve. You know what I'm saying? What we saw today, it definitely needs to improve. We can't be seeing this again. You know what I'm saying? There's no way we could see this again. But either way, listen, people, if you watched up to here, I appreciate you guys. Make sure hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're on the road to 2K. I think we're not really far. I think we're like 41 subscribers away from 1.1K. So help us get there if you haven't. Leave a comment of your thoughts in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I read everyone's comments. So make sure you do that. Like the video, hype the video as well if you can. And yeah, man, I see you guys in the next one. We managed to get the 3 points. I'm out.